is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are sports. We are Sun.
Last night, Lakeland native Chris Sale dominated Tampa Bay, tossing a two-hit shutout as the White Sox captured Game 1, 1-0. Tonight, the Rays look to rebound and send right-hander Erasmo Ramirez to the hill for his first start of 2016. We welcome you to Tropicana Field tonight. The homestand continues with the middle game of the series between the Rays and the Chicago White Sox. The Rays are looking for some offense. They have been shut out in each of their last two games. They've dropped 3 in a row, and they're looking to turn it around. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. Great to have you aboard. Well, aside from looking for runs, the Rays are going to send Erasmo Ramirez to the mound, who's made 3 relief appearances this year. This is his first start. I like his approach to starting. He says the only difference between relieving and starting is that you get to warm up longer when you start. Like it.
That's what you love about this guy. I mean, anything that he can do to help the team, but I will tell you this, when he's had a little bit of extra time to warm up, he has made it count in a big way, because if you go over his last 22 starts from a season ago, how about the record 9-4, the ERA sub-3? You know, for Erasmo Ramirez, when he came over to the Rays, it was all about buying into the Rays' plan for him and trusting his stuff. Once he started to do that, he really became ultra dependable. You talk about the fastball, sneaky velocity, he's got a deluxe changeup, sweep the slider. Those are the big 3, but even more important than that, the confidence that he's throwing the ball with right now.
And what do with good pitching? You protect it with even better defense. Kevin Kiermaier has gone platinum. And Todd Callis has all of that story when we come back.
week on the Chicago White Sox, the Kevin Kiermaier bobblehead, one of the more popular giveaway items, as you would imagine, all year long. Unfortunately for 39 fans, Kevin Kiermaier not in the lineup today with that head contusion suffered last night, but he is available for Kevin Cash at some point during the course of the game. The iconic play of a great 2015 defensive season for Kevin Kiermaier came back in Baltimore when he robbed Manny Machado with Chris Archer on the mound. This is the catch that everybody saw when Kiermaier won both gold and platinum glove awards. The platinum glove goes to the best defensive player in the American League, and Kiermaier was victorious thanks in many parts due to that catch and many other plays and throws throughout the year. When we caught up with Kevin Kiermaier about winning both the gold and the platinum gloves, here were his thoughts before the game.
It's going to be really cool to have it finally in my hands. And, you know, I always tell people I take so much pride in my defense. Any type of recognition you can get for how you play on the field is really cool. And all the accolades I received over the past few years have been really special to me. And to get these beautiful golden and platinum gloves in my hands will be a very satisfying moment for me.
His defensive runs saved were off the charts in 2015. He hopes to be as good or better in 2016. Evan Longoria, Brandon Guyer, the Rays get ready for a sword fight with the Chicago White Sox. We have the first pitch in less than 3.5 minutes next on Fox Sports Sun.
Welcome back to Tropicana Field. Erasmo Ramirez, just 25 years old, heads to the hill. He'll be facing the Chicago White Sox tonight and trying to turn the Rays' fortunes around. He'll be facing this lineup presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Adam Eaton's going to lead it off, followed by Jimmy Rollins and Jose Abreu. Tom Frazier, Melky Cabrera, and Brent Laurie will be down the middle. Rafael Garcia, the DH. Alex Avila will catch. He'll hit 8th. Austin Jackson in there in center field batting 9th.
Well, and for Erasmo Ramirez, you know, just 6 innings coming out of the bullpen so far. So what Kevin Cash is hoping for tonight, you get into that 60-65 pitch mark. May not seem like a lot, but Erasmo Ramirez has shown himself to be quite efficient. So you may be able to get deeper into the game than you may think with that many pitches.
Adam Eaton leads it off, hitting .351 for the White Sox. And the first pitch of this game presented by Pitch a Penny, and that's in there for a strike call. Fastball from Erasmo Ramirez. It's ahead 0-2. Well, when Ramirez is on his game, he will attack hitters and set a very quick pace. Normally always around the strike zone. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
He's another one of those guys, and you see it more and more in baseball in this day and age, with very simple deliveries. Not a lot of wasted movement. More things that can go wrong. So you keep it simple, you're able to repeat your delivery and locate your pitches.
This one back over the mound. Grabbed by Miller, throw to first is not going to be in time, as it just took too long to set that one up for the speed of Eaton. By the time it went over the mound and by the bag at second, a tough chance, base hit.
Then you add in the fact that Brad Miller's going to have to spin on the throw. Adam Eaton can run well, and he's hitting from the left side, so he's already got a few extra steps on the way to first and getting out of the box quick.
Eaton's a high energy guy anyway. So he's aboard, and here is Jimmy Rollins. No ball, no strikes. Well, Rollins scored the only run of the game last night when he opened the 9th with a base hit and eventually scored on a single by Melky Cabrera. Change up, 1-1.
Now that's what you're going to have to contend with, both the right-handed hitters and the left-handed hitters. And Erasmo Ramirez has a tremendous changeup. Good arm speed on it. He locates it well on top of that. A plus pitch.
Robin Ventura, the manager, puts his club off to an 8-2 start this year. And a strike at the knees, a fastball, 1-2. Robin in his 5th season as the White Sox manager.
I like the choice of eyewear. Very distinguished. Distinguished playing career, and now looking very distinguished leading this ball club.
Downright managerial.
I mean, you're not kidding. Little horn rim action.
A 1-2 count on Rollins. Strikes him out, throw down to first. Blocked there by Pierce. A quick throw by Casale. So the strikeout of Rollins, first out, with Eaton back in at first.
Let's set the Rays defense up for you here tonight. Brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source. In the outfield, left to right, we have Desmond Jennings, Brandon Geyer, and Steven Souza Jr. Across that infield, third to first, Evan Longoria, Brad Miller, Tim Beckham, and Steve Pierce with Kurt Casale behind the plate.
Jose Abreu. Too close. Ramirez with relief appearances against the Blue Jays, the Orioles, and the Indians. 2 innings in each of those outings. Shortstop Miller out at second. The flip to first. Out there. C.B. Buckner on the call as the Rays turned the 6-4-3 double play. Beckham had to unload it in a hurry. And the Rays will come in to hit. With the score, the White Sox nothing, and the Rays on their way to the plate. Here is the lineup put together tonight, presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Brandon Guyer leads off, then Steve Pearce and Evan Longoria. Corey Dickerson, Desmond Jennings, and Steven Souza Jr. in the heart of the lineup, followed by Brad Miller, Tim Beckham, and George Casale.
And they'll be going up against another left-hander here tonight. John Danks taking the mound for the Chicago White Sox. Second start of the season. There's the line on the first one, and it lost the Indians.
Pitch is foul. A little piece of that one by Guyer. Strike the count. Rays facing Danks, 31 years old. Danks had shoulder surgery in 2012 and has been a different pitcher since then.
Doesn't have quite the same stuff, and now he has to rely upon a good game plan, changing speeds, and he has to be precise with location. Cannot pitch out over the plate and get away with anything like that.
3-1. He's only 31, just turned 31 yesterday. It seems as if he has been around a lot longer than that.
You're not kidding. I would have never said 31. I'd have gone a few north of that.
He walks Guyer. The Rays put the leadoff man aboard.
Now let's take a look at the Chicago White Sox defense and see how it's going to line up. Brought to you by Golden Diamond Source in the outfield left to right. Melky Cabrera, Austin Jackson, and Adam Eaton. Across the infield third to first, Todd Frazier, Jimmy Rollins, Brett Laurie, and Jose Abreu with Alex Avila behind the plate.
Steve Pearce takes a strike. You look at the early part of Danks' career. To 08, he was 12-9, 13-11, 15-11, and then the shoulder issues started, and it's been a struggle for him since. He was 7-15 last year. One and one.
The one thing that he tries to do is set the tone and work quickly. He's good with the cutter in on righties, the cutter away from lefties.
Into the dirt. Guyer's headed for second, and he'll make it. Avila made the block, but could make no throw. Guyer alertly moves up.
And that's good anticipation by Brandon Guyer. You see that off speed, the changeup in the dirt, and you get a good secondary lead, and you just continue. And that's what happened right there. Gets it into scoring position rather easily.
And he has Pearce out in front. 2-2.
That's the other thing that John Danks has to do is he's got to be able to throw the off speed, the cutter, the changeup when he is behind in the count. He cannot become predictable.
Time granted there by Field and Colbert. Well, the Rays have not scored in 19 innings. They have an opportunity here on the walk and the wild pitch. 2-2 the count to Pearce with nobody out. There's a high fly ball back into left, but down toward the end, and it's caught by Jennings. Nice trajectory at the start, but not enough. And Pearce is the first out.
Well, Danks able to miss the barrel right there. And that's the other thing that he needs to do, whether that's the cutter, the two-seamer, the changeup, trying to keep it out of the sweet spot on these bats. Well, and you would like to, when you talk about the scoreless streak going on right now, that's what the Rays need more than anything. Not only to score runs, but score them early. Get some confidence rolling. prime opportunity here.
Evan Longoria in the batter's box. Jake's keeping an eye on Geyer, who caught his attention back at second. Upstairs. And you can imagine how difficult it is to be disciplined. If you're in this lineup knowing you haven't scored in 19 innings and you have a guy out there whose stock and trade really is deception and to disrupt the rhythm of hitters, the timing. And Longoria's out in front 2-0.
That's where you have to have, a game plan. We talk about pitchers having a game plan all the time. Well, hitters have to have one too, and know what kind of pitcher you're facing and understand what he's trying to do to you, especially if he's faced you any number of times in the past, and then go to executing. That's the bottom line, because if you come out and you're just going to start swinging at everything again without really having a game plan, this is the type of pitcher that can still take advantage of that.
A strike that caught the corner. We talked last night about the game Sale pitched, and there's a power pitcher, but really pitched and took advantage of some of the eagerness of Rays hitters early. This is in, and it's a 3-1 count.
You know that it's apparent too to the other side when you've got quotes by Jimmy Rollins in the paper talking about how aggressive the Rays lineup were on the first and second pitch, not wanting to get deep into counts. When he's noticing out there, you better believe the manager, the pitching coach, the pitcher, and the catcher are noticing the same thing, and they took full advantage.
3-1, fly ball toward right center. Eaton is closing, and he'll make the catch. So 2 gone with Corey Dickerson due up. Take a look at our Toyota keys to success, and that guy right there is a big part of it for the White Sox. You can see how good they've been, off to an 8-2 start.
Across the board, the starters ERA, bullpen, opponent's average, walks and hits per innings pitch. You're just not giving up base runners, you're not giving up runs. And your offense hasn't even really gotten loose yet. They think that there's more there offensively than what they've shown, but it's been enough because of those numbers and that staff.
There's Corey Dickerson, the DH, in against the lefty. It was a late entry last night because of the collision of Forsythe and Kiermaier. And he saw Sale a couple times and had some pretty good at-bats, but he pops it up. Shallow left, Rollins out. This is the left fielder Cabrera making the catch, and the Rays leave a man in the first. Tonight's Rays broadcast can make you a winner. Enter now for a chance at tonight's Rays Up to Win prize. 2 field-side box tickets and 2 autographed jerseys signed by Kevin Kiermaier. Winner's name shown live on the air in the 8th. So visit RaysBaseball.com/Rays Up to Win. So go online now to register Rays Up. Tom Frazier takes the first pitch, and that's a strike. Frazier with a couple of home runs early, reaching for the pitch, fouls it away. Well, Kevin Kiermaier not in the lineup, but of course last year a Gold Glove winner and a Platinum Award winner as well for the best defender overall.
Yeah, how about that? Gold Glove, impressive enough. The Platinum, well, it was well deserved, I'll tell you that. We're lucky and we get to see him day in and day out. I think one on one end of the fireplace, one on the other.
I was going to say, you're going to have to enlarge the mantle.
Yes, you will, because those are not going to be the only 2 that he walks away with.
How cool is that?
Pretty cool.
You know, I mean, you're a young player and the best of your position, the best defender overall. Cabrera out on a fly ball to Geyer. 2 up, 2 down. I'll tell you, Ramirez got ahead of Frazier. And here's one thing we talked about. Erasmo Ramirez and that changeup and how he goes about it. He got ahead of Frazier and went upstairs with a fastball to 93 and got the swing and a miss.
Listen, he pitched backwards. You know, you go back to the first inning, the strikeout of Jimmy Rollins. You know, it was an early changeup in that at bat that gets you thinking, oh, wait a minute, that pitch is his go-to, bread and butter. And then all of a sudden, you know, he's got that sneaky velocity. And he'll get to that 92, 94. He can rear back and grab an extra mile an hour or 2. And after he lulls you to sleep with the change, he can pop it by you.
Brett Lawrie with a count of a ball and a strike. It's good enough range right there. 78 to 93 so far tonight. And just a handful of pitches. 16 pitches in. It's a high pop foul. Casale just couldn't locate it. Fortunately, it's out of play.
Yeah, to watch Erasmo Ramirez and his growth over the course of really the last year. When he struggled early last year with the Rays, he just wondered what was the fix gonna be. And it really was about buying in and trusting. And he has been a completely different pitcher since.
2-2. Well, he had struggled in Seattle after some initial success there, then struggled.
Yeah.
And you could see him when he first came here. There was a confidence issue. But boy, he has regained that quickly. Down to third. Longoria. There's a strike to Pierce. That takes care of the White Sox. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of inning 2 coming. No score. Bottom of the second inning at Tropicana Field tonight for the Rays as they look to break out of this offensive slumber they've been in. And they face some pretty good pitching on top of that during this stretch with Cleveland in town, and last night Chris Sale from the White Sox. Lefty John Danks out there tonight for Chicago. 1-0 the count on Desmond Jennings. One and one. Two and one. Base hit. Jennings drills it through the hole on the left side. And the Rays, for the second straight inning, put the leadoff man on base. Well, they had a tough time last night against Chris Sale, but scoring opportunity in the first tonight. Now leadoff man on in the second inning.
And that was an example of what we were talking about with John Danks. Cannot pitch over the heart of the plate. That ball wanted on the outside corner or outer third, ended up middle. It was hit hard, and the Rays a chance to put something together here.
First time in 15 innings that the Rays have put a leadoff man on base when Geyer walked down to third off the bat of Souza Jr. And that's the start of a double play. So no sooner here in the second do they get the leadoff man on than a double play around the horn. 5-4-3.
Shortstop, number 13, Brad Miller.
Well, John Danks right there, a little soft, looked like a changeup right to Frazier. That's about as textbook as you can get. Let's see Desmond Jennings going into second base, a little different than it used to be done, but that's the new slide rules for you.
Yeah, there'll be some new looks around second base this year. We've already seen a few. And Brad Miller, first pitch right back to the hill. And the Rays are out. 3 men come to the plate. Double play, erases the base hit. No score. Third inning with Erasmo Ramirez on the hill and our Toyota inside look.
Night and day, I would say. The before and after. Last 22 starts, 9-4 record, 2.95 earned run average, and you know Erasmo became one of the most, if not at times the most dependable starter that the Rays had last year. There were stretches where you knew what you were going to get when he went out there. He's going to go his 5 2/3, maybe sometimes 6 innings and give up next to nothing.
Quickly ahead. 0-2.
And Dwayne, you highlighted it in the open. Just his willingness to do anything to help this team. Bullpen, starter. I mean, he certainly could have been a bit disgruntled being sent to the bullpen to start the season, but he's just happy to help.
I would guess that most of the time you would see that.
Yes.
You just would. You know, there's number one, a competitive nature, and then there is also that idea when you're just not happy about that, you're going to express it. Well, he's obviously competitive, but he also apparently comprehends the idea of being on a team.
Yes, he is a tremendous teammate.
Longoria takes this one. Garcia is out at first. Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better teammate.
No.
He might eat all the M&Ms, but other than that, he's a great teammate.
He will eat all the M&Ms. I've seen it. It's impressive. But yeah, I mean, just being asked to do that, going down there, and whatever I got to do. He knows he's going to get opportunities. Maybe not sure always when they're going to come along and when they'll become regular. With the Rays, all these off days the first month and a half of the season. But he will answer the bell when it rings and his name is on it.
Alex Avila and the Rays put the shift on for the White Sox catcher, which is down 1-0. Avila takes a little time trying to maybe disrupt Ramirez and his cadence out there.
Yeah, that was a little bit different look too when you see the shift put on for Avila, because obviously the catcher not going to run as well as some other guys. Brad Miller out here. A lot of times you see more in here. Always this out here in shallow right center, but you don't often see that shortstop moving over playing that deep. But that just shows they want more range, not concerned about speed.
2 out front. Strike 3 called. Catch Avila looking. 2 gone.
I think Alex Avila was completely mesmerized by the body language of Erasmo Ramirez. That looked like he was humping up on a 4-seam fastball. I mean, he really sold that with arm speed, and here it turns out to be an 81-mile-an-hour changeup, completely locking up Avila.
You know, that's a great shot that we had there, and you could see the grip on that and what it requires to throw that pitch. And it's a great observation because he sold it well.
Oh, boy, I bought it. I thought he's humping up right here, and all of a sudden that ball just never got there.
Strike on Austin Jackson. Fly ball center field, straight away for Geyer, who's back to the track. That will take care of Chicago. 3 up, 3 down. No score through 2.5.
of the third inning between the Rays and the White Sox. Wanted to update you on the fan condition. A lady was hit by a line drive foul ball last night. She is still doing well, stable condition at Bayfront Medical, so we wish her the best in her recovery. And guys, what happened last night was a line drive foul ball off the bat of Steven Souza Jr. went in between the new net and where the old netting stopped. So the Rays, as they said, steps have been taken to ensure that this unfortunate incident will never be repeated, has added this little additional net here, which clips on to the new netting as John Danks will deliver the first pitch of the inning. So the new netting has a little clip here where you can put this little cover that will prevent any foul balls from going in this little sliver area between the old net and the new net. So that's on both sides, guys. Again, the Rays have been in contact with the family. They, as well as all of us here at the Fox Sports family, wish her and her family the best in their recovery. But really crazy incident last night, guys. Back to you.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers with her, absolutely. And no one felt worse, although Steven Souza could not have helped that in any way. But you know, he felt the burden of having been the hitter at the plate at the time. And when you think about the odds of that ball going through that essentially a crevice to create that unfortunate situation, it's amazing. There's a strike called and Beckham is caught looking.
Well, you know, from where we sit and from some of the camera angles that you have seen in different, you know, pictures taken, screenshots taken, it's an optical illusion. It looks like this big gap, but when you go down there and you look from home plate, I mean, we're talking a matter of inches of a sliver. You know, it's a complete optical illusion if you're sitting from the wrong angle. There's no question about it.
Casale lifts a pop-up on the infield. Laurie can't find it. Rollins does and makes the catch. Laurie had no idea, and Rollins, I think, had it all the way. You know, you're right about that because the gap is actually perpendicular to the seats.
Yes. Yes.
And there's a slight little opening there that in which that ball traveled through to make contact. It's not a flat-on opening where that triangle is. It's perpendicular, the opening is, to the stands. Brandon Guyer. A ball, no strikes. There's a shot back toward the corner. Might have enough to get gone. Out of here. Brandon Guyer, who put a charge into one last night in the ninth inning, only to have it stall at the warning track. Hits one out, and he took it down the line, that low wall, and he hits his first home run of the year. The Rays are on top 1-0, and they break the scoreless streak.
And playing from out in front now, a ball that was left out over the plate. Brandon Guyer stayed back just enough, kept the hands back, fired him late, and hooked that ball right down into the corner.
Pierce is out in front, strike one. Well, the Rays had gone the first 2 innings without a run tonight. Added on to the 19 consecutive scoreless innings coming in. And with 2 outs in the third, a home run by Brandon Guyer has given them the lead. The 11th home run hit by the Rays this year. Guyer's second hit of the season. And it gives the Rays a 1-0 edge. Chopped to third. Frazier takes care of it. And the Rays are out in the third, but they get a run on a home run off the bat of Brandon Guyer. Here it is, connecting on the 1-0 pitch. And at the end of 3, it's 1-0 Tampa Bay. Getting another shot in this lineup at a start tonight after starting last night, and he connects to give the Rays a 1-0 lead. Ramirez throws a strike to get the jump on Adam Eaton. Dirt, it's 1-1. Well, Eaton spent time in center field last year with Austin Jackson now patrolling center. They moved him to right. He's an aggressive sort of player, and with a couple of the other additions the White Sox have made, there's a little different personality on this team. Chopped to short. Miller's throw is right there, and Eaton is retired.
Well, he takes a lot of pride on trying to be a tone setter, especially right there at the top of the lineup with the speed, the aggressiveness.
You know, he came up with Arizona.
Number 7, the shortstop,
and then winds up with the White Sox playing every day. Kirk Gibson was managing out there, and Gibson said he plays as if he has a chip on his shoulder. Well, we all know how Kirk Gibson played.
Hi, Rachel.
So that's high praise coming from him for Eaton.
He would certainly know one if he saw one.
I want to know the count to Jimmy Rollins. Miller has just shifted to the first base side of second. Fly ball lifted into right. Souza Jr. makes the call and the catch. 2 up, 2 down.
Tell you what, Erasmo Ramirez just working his way around this lineup, changing speeds, throwing a lot of strikes, and he's putting this lineup, putting them on alert. Hey, listen, I'm coming after you with everything. I'm pounding the zone. You better be ready to go.
Well, he's 2 outs into the 4th inning with 34 pitches. Kevin Cash was talking about 60 or 65 pitches, and actually said he wouldn't be afraid to empty the bullpen if he had to tonight. Well, this is the answer to that.
He may go CG.
It's a first pitch strike to Abreu.
And he's been doing it with everything. The fastball, the changeup, a few sliders.
0-2.
You just see his mound presence, the way that he works himself around the mound, receives the ball from the catcher, takes a sign. Very, very confident young man.
Upstairs, he really seems to have a perspective. You know, there are higher profiles in the game all over the place. He's not one of those guys, but the more you know about him, the easier it is for a guy like Ramirez to be. If you're in the business of having a favorite player or pitcher, he would qualify because of his perspective and his work ethic and how he goes about his profession.
Low maintenance.
Yep.
Anything to help the team, a competitor, a great teammate, low maintenance. You can't ask for much more. Oh, and by the way, he's pretty good.
Really like the pretty good part.
Yeah, right. That always helps.
Oh, he hits Abreu. So with 2 outs, the slugger will go to first base. That one getting away from Ramirez.
A little changeup here that just kind of sails up and in. You see the grip, and that ball just came out of the side of the hand. You see where Casali was set up, and that's something that Erasmo will do. He's so good with that changeup. He'll throw that pitch down and into a right-handed hitter. That's where he wanted that.
Well, here's Todd Frazier. We talked about the personality of this team, and here's one of the guys who has changed it. Foul ball, strike 1.
Well, he brings a certain energy level, a sense, excitable guy, a lot of power, loud.
It's down 1-1. Well, Frazier got a lot of publicity early in his life. When he was 12 years old, he played on that New Jersey team, I think Tom's River, that beat Japan in the Little League World Series. So he was answering questions when he was 12 about his day at the ballpark. High pop up. Short right. Souza Jr. going out from second. Beckham, and he cannot come up with it. Souza quickly up with it to get the ball back into the infield. That's a tough play for the second baseman. Much easier for the outfielder.
Yeah, you've got Souza Jr. He'd be working his way in. That ball was up there for an awful long time. You see where Beckham is. He's got to go from basically playing up the middle at shortstop. Souza Jr. gliding in. Beckham's going to try to make that play after coming so far. Too difficult, not able to come up with it. Maybe Souza Jr. right there, you can see him. He's not even being able to track the ball, not finding it.
Yeah, I think that played a big role in that.
Because that's the only thing that makes sense on why he didn't get to it. He was in much better position coming in. He obviously just didn't find it.
Now second and third for Melky Cabrera. And Ramirez is going to have to work his way around that misfortune, because normally the right fielder is going to catch that ball.
Yeah.
And he just could not find it. We could see that on the replay. Tough break. Pitch is down 1-0.
And right now you're facing a hitter who had the game-winning, the only RBI in last night's game, and has 10 hits in his last 5 games. So you're gonna earn this third out.
Sally's headed to the mound. Well, this determined the game last night.
Led the ninth inning off with a single, moved up to second on a fly ball out into right center field, and that set the stage for Melky Cabrera.
Want to know the count? Strike at the knees. Well, the hit batter, and then what turned out to be a double on a high pop fly into right field that Beckham could not make the play on, and Souza, who normally would, couldn't find it. Pop back at third. Will it be playable? Longoria reaching in, and he got it. How about that? Evan Longoria, some outstanding glove work, reaching into the stands to get the Rays and Ramirez out of a spot in the top of the 4th inning. Well, I put a big star on that one for Longoria. Reaching in to grab it in foul territory. There you go. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Rays hold on to this 1-0 lead, and check out Ramirez appreciating that play.
Let's take a look and see.
The bottom half of the 4th inning. Here's Evan Longoria, who made that play to get the Rays out of the top of the 4th. And swings through and over that pitch. Strike one. Take another look at Evans' handiwork.
Well, listen, he had to avoid a couple of fans right there looking to maybe make a play. So you had the screen in front of you and the leaning backhand. That was a heck of a job of concentration.
There's a base hit into center field over Laurie's head. Jackson picks it up, and Evans aboard with a base hit. Well, the Rays have had men on base in every inning. 3 times they put the leadoff man on now. They got the run on a home run in the 3rd. Now Corey Dickerson. Dickerson takes it low. Danks got him with a breaking ball the first time around. Covered up by Avila. It's 2-0. Facing John Danks. Trying to take advantage of the leadoff single by Evan. Ooh, that's a strike on the inside corner, says fielded Colbert. 2-1.
Corey Dickerson looking for something maybe out over the plate. This ball riding on the inner half, tries to sell it.
And that's a pitch that Colbert will call a strike. He'll expand the corner a little bit in, not so much away, but in, which is kind of interesting because, you know, umpires tend to get right over that shoulder of the catcher and get a really good look at that corner sometimes. And in this case, it gets expanded a little bit, but done consistently.
Yeah.
High fly ball into right. Eaton comes back and makes the catch, holding it first after the tag. Longoria, and Dickerson is the first out on that high towering fly ball. Here's your chance to get a steal, Rays fans. Tonight's steal of the night features lower box tickets for any game versus Baltimore, April 25th through the 27th for $20. That's over half off the regular price. Available tonight only. So visit RaysBaseball.com/steal or call 888-FAN-RAYS for more information. Rays up. Now Desmond Jennings. Pitch is down. Rays with a run on 3 hits. They've drawn a walk. Facing the lefty Danks. The strike is 1-1. Danks out of Austin, Texas. He had a scholarship to the University of Texas and signed with the White Sox instead. His brother Jordan played professional baseball. And the strike. Sister, a scholarship volleyball player at Ohio State, and his dad, John Sr., played basketball at UT. So a lot of athletic activity going on in that family.
At a high level.
Yeah.
At a high level, no less. Family reunions get a little rough.
Ooh,
wow.
pretty close, boy.
There's nothing close about that. That's a strike.
I don't know how you take it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
You take it because he locked you up. That was a great pitch. I don't know how you don't call it.
You see, that's that pitch away that doesn't always get called, but boy, that seemed to be more than away. I mean, that caught a lot of plate. It's going to be out of play.
That's when you go back, when you're Desmond Jennings, you go back and take a look at this. However this at-bat ends up, you go back and take a look and you're like, I got 4 on this one. I got 4 strikes in this AB. But you know what? I guess that makes up for the time that pitch is off and they ring you on it and you go back and say, come on now.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you're the beneficiary. Now try to take advantage of it. Already got a hit tonight.
You like to convince yourself that all of those truly do equal out.
And they don't. There's no question that they don't. But you're right. You get one every now and then.
Oh, another close pitch. And the count is full. Longoria at first with 1 out. Full count. See what the Rays do. Longoria starts to move, and a move over there sends him back to the bag. John Danks. We'll see what the Rays were going to do.
Well, in this situation, you have to make sure that John Danks is clearing and headed towards home plate before you go. Not the time to go on first movement. And that's why, because he's keeping an eye thinking, okay, full count. I'm not a big strikeout guy. So maybe they try to put a runner in motion. And he's taking a look.
Runner goes. The pitch is up for ball 4. The Rays will have runners at first and second. Jennings drawing the walk on for the second time.
Number 20, right fielder Steven Souza Jr.
Steven Souza Jr. on his way to the plate. Souza with an 0 for 11 going right now. 3 home runs and a double in a young season. Take on the pitch now. 1-0. Ground ball, that's going to go through. Into left. Longoria waved to the plate. He will score, and now they're going to have Jennings hung up between second and third. Souza moves into second as Jennings is tagged out, and the Rays pick up another run to make it 2-0. Lose one of the base runners in the rundown, and instead of men at first and second with 1 out, they'll have a man at second with 2 gone.
Yeah, it almost looked like Desmond Jennings was giving himself up to guarantee that Evan was going to score as this pitch is hit into left field. Melky Cabrera probably not going to have a chance to get Longoria, but you watch him, realizing Desmond Jennings is heading to third. He makes it pretty easy. Rays do plate that second run, but now 2 outs and a runner at second.
Souza in scoring position. Picks up a run batted in, making it 2-0. Here's Brad Miller. It's low, hopping away, but not far enough from a Avila to give Souza any ideas. Well, Longoria has scored. Jennings out in the rundown. That went Cabrera to Rollins to Laurie and back to Rollins. Souza with an RBI single. Goes to second on the play. 1-0 on Miller. High shot deep into right center. All the way back and it's gone. Home run for Miller. Second home run of the night for the Rays. The first for Brad Miller in a Rays uniform. And the Rays have taken a 4-0 lead.
Boy, instant breathing room. Double up the lead by Brad Miller, and that was a no-doubter. Loud contact and deep into right center field. Smiles in that dugout right now.
Gotta feel good for the young shortstop Brad Miller, who had struggled out of the starting blocks here this year offensively. And now to get the long home run. Listen to this. How'd that sound? A 1-1 count to Tim Beckham. Looking in the third. Rays got a home run in the third for Brandon Guyer. Longoria and Souza with singles in the fourth inning, and the home run by Brad Miller. Count is full. Going to go through into center field. Beckham collects hit number 6 for the Rays, the 4th of the inning.
And that's going to bring out pitching coach Don Cooper. Talk to his starters, second time through the lineup. Rays starting to figure some things out.
Get in on the action with exclusive on-field seating in the Papa John's bullpen box. Host your group of 50 to 85 in the private party area and make long-lasting memories. Reserve the Papa John's bullpen box by calling 888-FAN-RAYS or emailing groupsales@raysbaseball.com. Limited dates remain out there. It's a lot of fun. A nice crowd here tonight at the Trop on a Saturday evening. And the Rays have responded with a 4-run attack so far. Cooper ends his visit to the mound. Here's Kurt Casale. Casale popped out his first time. 1-0. Strike 1-1. Diggs coming off a 105 pitch performance in 5 innings against Cleveland his last time out. And the Indians got him for 7 runs, 5 earned. The Rays have 4 tonight. Beckham is the base runner. Close. 2-1.
Trying to cut that ball in. You know, the Rays have done a nice job in this inning. You think about the Longoria hit going back up the middle with that approach. Souza was out in front a little bit, but hit a ball hard into left field. Miller jumped on a mistake.
Wanted to. Sally over that pitch. 2-2 now. Strike 3 call. The Rays are out in the 4th, but they come up with 3. The big blow, a 2-run home run by Brad Miller. 3 runs, 4 hits for the Rays in the inning. They leave a man. 4 innings in the book. 4-0 Tampa Bay. Ball game moving into the 5th, and Brett Lawrie will open the inning. Ramirez allowing a couple of hits through 4. He made 45 pitches through the front 4. Picks up a strike on Lawrie. It's 1-1. Lawrie very seldom gets cheated up there. And is out on strikes. First out in the 5th inning. Nobody on base, and let's check in with Emily Austin. Emily?
Dwayne, an update about Alex Cobb yesterday. He threw 20 fastballs from halfway up the mound for the 2nd time in his road to recovery from Tommy John surgery. He said his He said he didn't have any arm soreness, fatigue, or pain. Cobb will throw another bullpen on Tuesday, and hoping he can throw from the rubber this time. As you can imagine, the most difficult part for Cobb now is to stay patient and not do too much too soon. Pretty confident, though, Ron Porterfield and the Rays training staff will be overly cautious with his return and not rush anything. BA, I'm sure you can relate to this point in the waiting game.
No, I actually can't, because I could never come back from that surgery, and I had a couple cracks at it. I'm still waiting to pitch again.
Hey, look at this play. Ramirez, oh, he does a strike to first. Cat-like off that mound by Erasmo Ramirez on the grab, and a good throw to first to retire Garcia.
Help yourself. Chopper here. That's going to be a tough play if it gets by him. And then you got to turn and make the throw, which he does for the second out.
Nice athletic play there.
It was.
2 outs. You know, the good thing about Cobb, I chatted with him after the first time he threw, and I saw him the next day, and he said, I feel great. He goes, that's what I really feel good about.
Yeah.
How you feel the day after.
No question. No question. It's such a long road back, and you've got to maintain patience and discipline. He's fortunately with a tremendous athletic training group, you know, with Ron Porterfield and the rest of the crew. I mean, these guys are the best in the business. And so,
in and out of the glove, recovered by Ramirez. Avila is out on the line drive. Well, again, using the cat-like reflexes, he got the glove up there to knock it down and made the play. Here it is. A 1-2-3 fifth. Rays lead 4-0. To hit in the 5th inning. MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, delivers everything you've come to expect and more. Watch every out-of-market game live in HD on over 400 supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. Top of the order for the Rays in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's Brandon Guyer. It's a fly ball toward right center, and Austin Jackson is there, the center fielder, to glove that one. After the first pitch, one away. That brings up Steve Pearce.
Number 28, Steve Pearce.
There's 0 for 2 tonight. Fly ball to left and a ground ball to third. Takes a strike. Rays with a couple of home runs tonight. The White Sox had allowed only 3 home runs in their first 10 games coming into this game tonight.
We saw some of the numbers earlier in tonight's game. The starters ERA, the bullpen ERA, the opponent's average against, and a big reason why they've done a great job of keeping the ball in the yard. A couple have left tonight. They find themselves down 4-0. The Rays had that 21-game homer streak stopped, hadn't homered in the last 3 games. They broke out of it in style here tonight.
Home run by Kiermaier and one by Miller. Outside. 2-2. Pierce is out on strikes. 2 up and 2 down. Second strikeout, third strikeout now for Danks. It's the backswing here. And Avila has had some concussion issues from his catching duty, so those are always worrisome. Longoria lifts a fly ball into center. Austin Jackson puts that one away. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 6th. 4-0 Tampa Bay. Has made just 53 pitches, allowing 2 hits and getting support from first Brandon Kiermaier to make it a 1-0 game. And the Rays got 3 in the 4th, 2 coming on a home run by shortstop Brad Miller.
I mean, could this ball game have set up any more perfect for Kevin Cash and the Rays so far? You've gotten a very efficient outing from Erasmo Ramirez, who's back out there for the 6th inning. You've scored early. You've scored first. You've scored. You hit a couple of home runs.
That's right. They went 21 innings without a run before the home run by Kiermaier. Now a strike to Austin Jackson. And another one, 0-2. Well, Jackson, the number 9 hitter, so Ramirez attempting to finish off this lineup for the 2nd time through. And the Rays had talked about 60 to 65 pitches from Ramirez. Steve Geltz is now up in the bullpen. The ball, 2 strikes. Fly ball right field. Souza Jr. is there. Jackson is retired to open the 6th inning.
Right fielder, number 1, Adam Eaton.
Adam Eaton. Eaton is 1 for 2. Strike. Number foul will be picked up by Evan. 2 strikes. So Ramirez at 60 pitches now. Liner, soft liner into center. Serves for a base hit. 3rd hit allowed by Erasmo. 1 out single. 2 of the hits collected by Eaton.
And that was a nice at bat there by Adam Eaton, following that breaking ball down in the zone and just lining it right back up the middle.
There's Jimmy Rollins. Strikeout and a fly ball to right. Long time with the Phillies, as you know, and last year with the Dodgers, and now here with the White Sox. Only 7-year-old infielder. Two and 0. Hit it out of play. 2 and 1. Two one now. 3-1 with that miss inside.
Well, up right at the top of that pitch limit for Erasmo Ramirez. That was number 65. And it's not only the number of pitches, but it's the number of times he's been up and down. It's been a while since he's gone this deep into a ball game.
Nice stop by Beckham. They get the lead man at second base. Beckham to Miller. Boy, that helps out the cause of Erasmo Ramirez.
Boy, what an athletic play by Tim Beckham. Yeah, that certainly looked like it had designs on getting into right field for a 1st and 2nd, maybe 1st and 3rd with 1 out. And then who knows what happens with the power coming up. But Beckham temporarily saves the day with a heck of a play. Feed to Brad Miller, and that'll end it for Erasmo.
So Kevin Cash out to make the pitching change. First start of the year for Erasmo Ramirez, and he walks off to a great hand.
is over, and what a night it was. I mean, he was given a pitch limit of about 60 to 65. He went, well, I don't know, 66, 67, and he was outstanding, pitching into the 6th inning. 5 2/3, very efficient, worked the ball around the zone, and little tip of the hat to the crowd as they acknowledged his performance here tonight, and his teammates, you better believe they're waiting for him. What a heck of a job by Erasmo getting the start here tonight and being very effective.
So Steve Geltz comes in from the bullpen. First pitch is fastball wide to Jose Abreu. Geltz in relief of Erasmo Ramirez, making his 4th appearance. Geltz. Ground ball, Miller. And there's a little shuffle to Beckham. Beckham was on the shortstop side of the bag, had to go back to second. Rays lead 4-0. Sun brought to you by St. Luke's Cataract and Laser Institute. World-class care right in Tampa Bay. By Ram Trucks, Cups, Glory Ram. By Tampa Bay Radiation Oncology. When cancer strikes, strike back with CyberKnife. And by your local Toyota dealers. Let's go places. Corey Dickerson will open the home half of inning 6. Rays lead 4-0. Big cut against the lefties. Strike 1. Dickerson 0 for 2. A fly ball to left and a fly ball to right. Two.
Still had a lot of people in the building today talking about the 2 at-bats that Corey Dickerson had last night against Chris Sale. Maybe the best 2 at-bats the Rays had against him all night long.
Impressive. Jake Petrichka up in the bullpen. And a race to the bag as Danks beat him in, taking the toss from Abreu.
Well, that was nice hustle there by Corey Dickerson, making a bid for an infield hit in a race with John Danks to the bag, and he made it close.
And Danks covering to make sure that C.B. Buckner saw he had the ball.
You got to make him aware. I touched the bag, the ball's in the glove.
Just helping out.
It all happened at the same time. CB gets the call behind the plate tomorrow afternoon.
Desmond Jennings takes the pitch down and in, 1-0. Field and Colbert working the plate tonight. One and one. Popper right side, Abreu into foul territory. Laurie over there, but it's going to be Abreu to make the catch. Well, I tell you, Laurie got over there in a hurry, as he will, but then suddenly was absolutely a church mouse quiet when he saw that Abreu was going to make that catch. This is a different Laurie here. Hands behind his back, just watching. He still has that great energy, but he's calmed down a little bit.
Well, you know what? I mean, even at the plate, he doesn't look as, he's looked quieter than he has in the past here in this series. Still very aggressive.
Little number, Souza Jr., and it's played by Danks to Abreu to retire the Rays in the 6th. We go to the 7th, 4-0 Tampa Bay.
Leading the White Sox 4-0. It was a special day for the Rays before the game, as center fielder Kevin Kiermaier picked up not one, but 2 Rawlings Gold Gloves. He gets the Gold Glove and then the Platinum Gold Glove for the best defensive player in the league. In our Coors Timeless moment, Kevin Kiermaier, the 2015 American League Platinum winner, as well as Gold Glove winner in center field. Guys, there will be many more to come. I agree with you as well. As Kiermaier not in the game today, he and Logan Forsythe, a little collision yesterday, both out of the lineup. Kevin Cash hopes to see them at least one, if not both, in that lineup tomorrow. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, Kevin Kiermaier said he could play today and would be available, but not pushing that after the little collision out there by Kiermaier and Forsythe.
Took home a lot of gloves today.
Yes, he did. But, you know, both of them are the same hand. So you can't use them at the same time.
It's a big choice. Maybe go platinum for the big games.
Yep. 2-0 to Todd Frazier. There's a strike. 2-1. Steve Geltz on in relief of Ramirez. You know, the Rays got Geltz from the Angels. Geltz originally signed by the Angels out of the University of Buffalo. It's a high pop up. It's going to be out of play. And that's another one that Casale just never saw it. Really didn't make any difference. It was well out of play. Xavier Cedeno up in the bullpen now. Bit in. Three and two. Frazier doubles to right field, dropped that high pop fly. Souza could not find out there. Went for a double. Miller toward the hold and short, makes the throw. And Frazier is the first out in the seventh. First pitch strike's important. First outs of an inning to get that leadoff man important.
Something that the Rays pitching staff, specifically obviously Erasmo Ramirez and now Steve Geltz, have done a great job of doing. You go out there and you establish strike one and you make a hitter antsy. He doesn't want to get to 2 strikes. At least most don't. And all of a sudden they're chasing your pitch.
It's first pitch strike to Cabrera. Past Longoria the other way into left. Cabrera continues his hot hitting.
And Evan was playing right there even with the bag, and that ball looked like it may have hit his glove. That ball was smoked and it was all reaction. Got the glove up quick, may have gone right off the top of that glove, but he was so shallow, just didn't really have a chance.
Brett Lawrie. Strike. The outside corner. Strike one. Foul ball straight back and right to Rick Odioso, and then what, out again? Oh.
Hey, we haven't had a ball into the booth. I don't remember the last time. We've had 2 on this homestand.
Rick, a stellar statistician, limited range.
Well, I saw his reaction. It looked like he had lost it in the roof.
Yeah, his view was obstructed. The top edge of the booth. It did put one of our monitors out of commission, though. We have no signal in one of them now. Oh, 2 count. Wide. 1 ball to 2 strikes. You're right about foul balls coming back here. That's 2 on the homestand. The great catch you made the other day.
Well, but how many do we ever get up here? I don't remember the last one that came in this booth.
It's been years.
It has been. Bring a glove.
Ooh, just missed. 2 and 2.
There's the ball.
We'll be alert. There it is, yeah. Into the dirt. Bouncing away from Casale. That will move Cabrera up to second base. And the count is going to be full to Brett Lawrie on that wild pitch. So a 3-2 count with the man at second.
Boy, an off-speed pitch that got in the dirt right away. A tough block there for Casale from where that ball hit. Off the shoulder.
High shot back into deep left. Jennings will watch this one sail away. Home run for Brett Lawrie. And it's a 4-2 game. Laurie's first home run of the year. Ball hit the C-ring up there and then deflected back onto the playing field.
Well, got a fastball about belt high down the middle. Quick hands. Boom. Tremendous height and distance.
And for the Rays, the lead is cut in half. Avisail Garcia. Pitch outside. Oh, a big cut by Garcia. The count is 1-1. The Rays have hit a couple home runs tonight. Now the White Sox have one. Two on the foul ball. Wiltz giving up his second home run of the year. Two. Fly ball. Center field. Geyer makes the catch. Two gone. Alex Avila is going to be due up, and out of the dugout comes the Rays manager, Kevin Cash. He's going to go to the bullpen again. Geltz departs. Back with Cedeno in a moment. Tonight's Geico Great Moment Flashback. It was on this day in 2000. Outfielder Gerald Williams becomes the first visiting player to hit a home run at Comerica Park. And the Rays rally to score 3 in the 9th inning for a 7-6 victory over the Detroit Tigers. Hernandez closing it out. Here tonight, the Rays go to the bullpen for the second time. Xavier Cedeno will take over for Steve Geltz. Alex Avila was due to hit, and Jerry Sands will step in to pinch hit against Cedeno. Strike one. 2 runs in with 2 outs, and the base is empty. Geltz touched for the home run by Laurie. Second home run he's given up on this stand. Rajah Davis got him in the Cleveland series, and now Brett Laurie. A couple of high energy players there. Liner into left, a pinch hit single for Sands against Cedeno. And now the White Sox, with 3 hits in this inning, have 6 hits in the game.
Yeah, get the tying run to the plate here. Jerry Sands making a nice adjustment. A couple of cutters from Cedeno, gets it into left field, and now you give Austin Jackson an opportunity with 2 outs.
Yeah, Jerry Sands was a pinch hitter this week.
Jackson, a couple fly ball outs, one to center, the other to right. Strike one. Jim Hickey ringing the bullpen, and we're going to get further action down there for the Rays. Foul ball. Cedeno worked an inning last night. He came in and worked the 8th inning, faced Jackson then, and struck him out.
Well, there's nothing that leaves his hand that's straight. I mean, everything cutting, curve, constant movement, and he does a great job of locating those pitches.
One and two. Adam Eaton is on deck, top of the order. Foul ball, just a little piece of it. He's still alive. Xavier Cedeno trying to get the final out in the 7th. It's 2-2. Petrichka is back up in the bullpen for the White Sox. It's a 4-2 game right now. The Rays get Alex Colomé up in their bullpen. Struck him out. Cedeno gets the final out. 7th inning stretch. 4-2 Rays. 4-2 the score. The Rays coming in ahead at the bottom of the 7th inning. Erasmo Ramirez gave them 5 2/3 of excellence out there tonight. And Brad Miller's home run is the difference in this game. He had a 2-run homer in the 4th. He leads off the bottom of the 7th. John Dank's still out there. Deanna Navarro, the former Ray, is behind the plate. It's 1-1.
Well, John Dank's pitching here in the 7th inning. That lead down to just 2 for the Rays, but only 77 pitches so far. That's why he's still out there. He's been efficient even though the Rays got to him.
Well, after the 28-pitch 4th in which Brad Miller hit the 2-run home run, here it is again. Yanks made only 7 pitches in the 5th and 7 again in the 6th. He had a 6-pitch inning earlier tonight back in the 2nd inning.
Oh, that home run by Miller right now the difference in the game. That was a 2-run blast to give the Rays that 4-0 lead, now 4-2.
Count now 2-2. Count goes full. Tim Beckham is on deck. Strike 3 is called. Miller the first out here in the 7th.
You just don't expect to be locked up as a lefty hitting against a lefty on a changeup away. 80 miles an hour right there on the outside corner in a full count, no less.
So Danks gets the first out in the Rays 7th. Here's Tim Beckham. Beckham singled in the 4th. He's hit tonight in 2 at bats. One. Beckham had not faced Danks before tonight. We've seen him a couple times now. And it is behind in the count. 1-2. Two. And a full count here. Danks at 85 pitches. And 105 pitches his last time out. And he just walked Beckham. So with 1 out, the Rays have a base runner. And that's going to be the end of the evening for John Danks. Robin Ventura comes out to make the pitching change. Sound is brought to you by Ram Trucks, Guts Glory Ram. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by your Southern Chevy dealers. Middle game of the series between the Rays and the White Sox. Day game tomorrow. Here the Rays are batting in the bottom of the 7th, holding a 4-2 lead. John Danks has left the game in favor of the right-hander Jake Petrichka. Kurt Casale, the first man to face the Chicago right-hander. Ball 1. Danks made 86 pitches in 6 1/3. Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw down, not in time. Stolen base. Beckham steals his way into scoring position.
Well, the Rays, they'd like to add a run here, get something back, and you see right there with Petrichka that little long arm action and the leg kick that gives Tim Beckham the time to get a good jump and to get in safely. Look how far out he is from first base before that ball is even thought about being thrown by Navarro. Did the best job that he could, but to no avail.
It's a pop foul. And the other thing, with the runner at first and 1 out, Petrichka can throw the ground ball. So you'd like to get Beckham to second for a couple of reasons. And one of them, of course, being that puts him in scoring position. Two balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Beckham accountable to the starter Danks. Did he go? He did not. Casale draws the walk.
Breaking ball off the plate in the dirt. It's a good hold right there by Kurt Casale.
Go back around to the top of the order, and Brandon Guyer. Brandon homered in the 3rd after drawing an opening walk in the 1st. He takes the ball. Home run down the left field side. Toward the corner and out of here.
He just did a really nice job of staying back on the changeup with the hands. And that's what allowed him to have a chance, and he did get it out. That got the Rays on the scoreboard, gave him a lead. Something they haven't had a whole lot of this season.
Two and one. Now, since 2014, he's delivered more double play balls than any other reliever in the American League. And the count goes to 3-1 right now. Beckham at second, a walk and a steal. Casale a walk. 1 out, 3-1 count on Geyer.
And right now, Brett Laurie doing a lot of talking there with Petrichka. His positioning, what Tim Beckham is doing out there.
Zach Putnam in the bullpen now. Turn, but nothing doing. Laurie breaking to the bag.
Well, he went in and had a very direct message for his pitcher.
Count's going to be full now on Geyer. He's got a run in the third on Geyer's homer and 3 more runs in the fourth. Souza's RBI single and a 2-run home run by Brad Miller. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Chicago got 2 on the 2-run homer by Brett Laurie. A foul ball with the runners on the move.
Now they continue to try to stay out of that double play. Full count. Now in this at bat, trying to get some things moving. The Rays, they have a tendency with the lead to be more aggressive on the base paths, and we're certainly seeing that here in this inning as they look to add to the lead. Cat and mouse game.
And ball 4. A miss wide. The bases are loaded. 1 out, bases loaded for Steve Pearce. Here's what's coming up tomorrow on Rays Live, the pregame show presented by your Gulf Coast Honda dealers. Sunday, it's a Kids Sunday tomorrow, and we'll hear from Matt Moore, who's doing the pitching for the Rays. Don Cooper, the pitching coach, takes a walk to the mound. Well, he's been the pitching coach for the White Sox since the middle of 2002. Talk about a long stay for a pitching coach.
We saw him down there as John Danks was warming up before the game and wondered just how long has Don Cooper been with the White Sox, because it's seemingly been forever.
Took over in July of 02. He's been pitching coordinator in their organization before. Well, the Rays with the big opportunity. Let's see what Steve Pearce can do.
Trying to see the ball up. Not easy against Petrichka.
Fly ball into right. Eaton will come to catch it. Beckham tags and hangs on at third base. Not deep enough.
No, that ball was just filleted out into right field. It allowed Adam Eaton to charge that, make the catch, get rid of it quickly, and just not far enough for Beckham to even give it a go.
Well, not a lot of at-bats for these pitchers matchups, especially out of the bullpen when you see a team only 2 series a year. And Evan has more at-bats than anybody else against Petrichka in this Rays lineup. 4. He's 1 for 4 in his career against him. And a big at-bat here in the bottom of the 7th. Petrichka gets the count running in his favor. Strike 1.
I put a little bit of something extra on that one at 94 miles an hour, right at the bottom of the strike zone. That's where he lives.
And 1-1.
The sense of urgency can be seen here in the last 2 deliveries by Petrichka. Letting it all hang out, realizing that for his team to try to climb back into this ball game, this is a huge, huge moment.
High drive and a base hit into left. Beckham's going to score. Base bases will remain loaded, and the Rays going to run back, making it 5-2. Evan Longoria lines an RBI single into left.
Now that's a great answer there by the Rays. 2 outs. Petricka's one good pitch from getting out of this inning. That ball about thigh high stayed up just a hair, and Evan Longoria shoots it into left field. Outstanding job.
The run is charged to Danks. It's 5-2. Back with a new pitcher in a moment. Court Sound is brought to you by Ram Trucks, Guts, Glory Ram, by Checkers, Fast Foodies, Know the Deal, and by your Gulf Coast Honda dealers. Well, the new pitcher is Zach Putnam, a right-hander who last year held left-handed hitters to a .229 average, and he's on to face the left-handed hitting Corey Dickerson.
Well, fastball, he will cut that fastball in a split finger. He's got some weapons to go against these lefties.
Rays with the bases loaded, a run home. Gianna Navarro spent some time out there. Kenny Romero has gotten up in the Rays bullpen now. It's a hard throwing lefty. Ball, no strikes. The Rays have been the recipient of 3 walks. Longoria delivered an RBI single. They have a run and the bases are loaded. To Dickerson.
And Dickerson, known for his aggressiveness, is not biting on these off-speed deliveries. Work the count now to 2-0 with the bases loaded, nowhere to put them. Now you can really start to look for your pitch, your spot.
Center field. Austin Jackson waits. Rays are out in the 7th inning. They leave the bases loaded. They score a run and they lead 5-2. Moving into the 8th inning, Rays fans, if you can't watch the games on TV, you can now stream games live on your mobile device. Just go to your app store, download the free Fox Sports Go app, log in, and stream the Rays wherever you go. Rays streaming to a 5-2 lead through 7 innings tonight. Xavier Cedeno, who finished the 7th, will open the 8th against the left-handed bat of Adam Eaton. Alex Colomé's back up in the bullpen for the Rays. Eaton 2 for 3 tonight. Ground ball, and right there's Beckham at second making the play. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 8th.
Well, Adam Eaton looking to make something happen. Xavier Cedeno already established the fact that everything that he does has crazy movement to it, whether it be the curveball or the cutter. So effective against lefties. That cutter away, you try to pull the pitch, that's what you're going to do all day long.
Jimmy Rollins to hit from the right side against Cedeno. It's a strike. You know, here's a case where last year Cedeno used to match up, and almost strictly that way, but another hitter or two added to what he's asked to do this year, and he's out in front of Rollins. 0-2 had him out in front on that one.
Well, that's because of the great work that he did last year as the season went along. He really refined his arsenal, became more of a cutter curveball guy.
Rollins, just a piece of it, stays alive.
And look where the location of these pitches are. You're not going to get hurt with balls down in that area. And that's something that he can do with consistency.
Foul back a third. Loading up away. Stays away. 1-2. Another liner that's going to be a foul ball beyond the bullpen. A race for a souvenir. Looked it into shallow left. Jennings is there. 2 outs. Two up, 2 down in the 8th. Jose Abreu coming on. Abreu 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. Cedeno starts him with a strike. One off the plate. Came way in there. Tied him up.
Yeah, I mean, you present it as a strike and then you cut it in off the plate. You've got to be able to command that pitch if you want it to be effective as much as Xavier Cedeno uses it. And that's what he's shown the ability to do. Started out over the plate, and then all of a sudden it's gone.
Fly ball left. Jennings right there, and Cedeno against the dangerous Abreu. A 1-2-3-8. Rays lead 5-2. Rays and the White Sox again tomorrow, and we'll be with you at 12:30. Matt Moore, coming off a very good outing against Cleveland, will make the start for the Rays.
He gave up a solo home run to Francisco Lindor off of a changeup. That was the only mistake that Matt Moore made out of his outing. 7 innings, it was 104 pitches, just that 1 run, moving the ball around the zone. He looked fantastic.
Desmond Jennings to begin the bottom of the 8th. Desmond has been on twice. He singled in the 2nd, drew a walk in the 4th. 1-0 the count. Zach Putnam. The final out in the bottom of the 8th when the Rays were in the bottom of the 7th. And the Rays answered with a run after the White Sox had scored 2 in their half of the 7th. There's a long one. Back into deep left. Cabrera looking up. It's gone. Desmond Jennings with his first home run of the year.
You can almost see Desmond Jennings' eyes light up as that ball was being delivered towards home plate, and he clubbed that thing.
Desmond's first extra base hit of the year. It certainly sounded like an extra base hit. Home run for Desmond. And the Rays again have a 4-run lead. It's 6-2. Steven Souza Jr. takes the ball too low.
Well, this offense just has not quit. Had a 4-0 lead. It was cut to 4-2. Extended back out. They've hit 3 home runs here tonight.
Steven Souza Jr. looks at a strike. 1-1, so Desmond goes deep. 2-1 to Souza. Four-run ball game. The Rays with 6 runs, 8 hits. The Rays came into this game needing to assert the offense, and they have done that. 3 home runs, 6 runs, 8 hits. They've also drawn 5 walks. Brad Miller is homered. Brandon Guyer is homered. Home run here by Jennings. Now a full count on Steven Souza Jr. Tapper, third base. Bare-hand attempt by Frazier, and he cannot come up, so that's going to be an infield hit.
Steven Souza Jr. can get out of the box and he can get up the line, and Todd Frazier knows that, so he figures I've got to bare-hand this to try to make the play. And there again is the good speed out of the box, the hustle up the line, putting pressure on a defender, and Frazier not able to make the play.
And out comes Robin Ventura. That's going to mean a pitching change for the White Sox. Lead coming up on Rays Live, the post game presented by Checkers. Todd and Orestes will anchor the coverage. We'll hear from Kevin Cash in his press conference. Emily Austin collecting interviews from the clubhouse. All of that and more on Rays Live, the post game. Immediately following our coverage.
There's always more.
More. And you're never quite sure what's going to be included in more, so stay tuned to find out. Dan Jennings, the lefty, the new pitcher. Just as Jennings was set to make that delivery, time granted by Field and Colbert. Boy, that's a late time.
It was late, but Dan Jennings had come set and then just wasn't doing anything. I was going to ask you for time. Field and Colbert beat me to it.
Miller tried to check, could not on the appeal. Strike one. Pretty close.
Yeah, it's, I mean,
right out there, you know.
Borderline, but borderline favoring hitter.
Yep. chasing, and it skips away from Jackson. Souza's going to be waved around. It's going to be a double. The throw to the plate might be in time. Ball loose. Souza goes back to tag the plate, and the Rays get the run. And Souza banged up his hand on the play.
And that may have been what forced the ball out of Navarro's glove. That really looked like they had a chance to get Souza Jr. on a close play at the plate. And that left hand, you can see him favoring that hand. Well, that was a bang-bang play at the plate. Left hand, the glove, the ball, everything arriving at the same time. And that left hand did knock the ball out of Navarro's glove.
So the Rays make it 7-2. Miller at second base. Tim Beckham up here, want to know the count to him. So the Rays get the home run from Jennings, the infield hit from Souza Jr., and turn that into a run on the double by Miller. Two-0 count. One.
Explaining to his teammates right there what exactly happened on that play. Everything looks all right, which is a good thing. Anytime that hand gets involved, you
get nervous.
Yes, you do.
Granted again.
Well, you know, Dan Jennings is coming set and then just holding the ball a long time. It's the second time in his short stint here.
Beckham up the right field line, just foul. The Rays picked up 10 hits tonight. They started this game with a 19-inning scoreless streak that lasted until the third when Geyer homered. Rays put 3 up in the fourth, another run in the 7th inning, and they have 2 runs on the board in the 8th with a chance for more.
And you love the fact that they've scored in all those different innings. It wasn't just one big inning or a stretch of 4 or 5 hitters. They've put some things together. They saw their lead cut in half. They've extended it back out. There's still a chance to do more damage. They just continue to answer here. And this is one of those games that really could propel this team confidence-wise, because you know it had to be low coming into tonight. I don't care how young the season is.
Rays had 10 hits on the 6th against Toronto 10 days ago, and now 10 hits again. Turn and safe at second base. Jennings, a 28-year-old lefty, and control has been an issue for him out of the bullpen from time to time. It's a pop-up foul ball for Navarro, and that's the first out. Two runs in with Miller at second. Kirk Casale will be the hitter. Casale 0 for 2. He walked back in the 7th when the Rays picked up a run. pitch in.
Yeah.
Jennings was in 53 games last year for the White Sox. 2-3. Their fourth pitcher of this game. 1-1. Cut. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rays adding on in the 8th. Top of the order due next. Two balls, 2 strikes. With a run batted in, Longoria 1, Jennings 1, Souza Jr. 1, Miller 3. 7 runs, 10 hits.
You love that number by Brad Miller. Really breaking out here tonight. Couple extra base hits, including the home run. You know, he's hit the ball hard. Hasn't had a lot to show for it here the last few games, and then all of a sudden tonight knocks that ball out to right center, goes hard up the middle, slightly the other way in this at bat.
Well, he'd had 2 hits all year. In 28 at bats, he has 2 within 4 at bats tonight. Feeling much better. Casale will see another 3-2 pitch. Tip strikeout. Casale out number 2. Swing back around to the top of the order. Brandon Guyer been on base 3 times tonight. 2 walks and a home run. Wide. Andy Farquhar has been throwing in the bullpen for the Rays. 1-1 to count on Guyer. Rays have had Ramirez, Geltz, and Cedeno tonight. White Sox have Todd Frazier, Melky Cabrera, and Brett Lawrie due up in the 9th. What is a 5-run game right now. Brad Miller off second base. The count is 2-2. Pierce on deck. Guyer will get another pitch. one hits Geyer. So he'll go to first on base for the 4th time in this game. He's doing what a leadoff guy should do.
And that is a Brandon Geyer special here. That was too easy for him. You know, Brandon Geyer's not afraid to get hit by a pitch. He was hit, I mean, I don't know how many times last year. It was a ton. And that breaking ball right there, tracking in, he takes it off the lower half.
Yeah, Geyer hit 24 times last year, hit by a pitch.
24 times.
To lead the American League.
And you know, he wasn't out there every day, every inning.
That's right.
His ratio of getting hit per plate appearance had to be tops in baseball, and it wasn't even close.
Well, Steve Pearce takes a strike to get his bat underway. Pearce looking for his first hit tonight. A ball and a strike. Blocked by Navarro. It's 2-1.
He had 332 at bats. He was hit 24 times.
Yep.
That's a pretty good ratio.
Now 3 balls and a strike to Pearce. Both these runners belong to Jennings. 3-1 is skied to left. Rollins out. Cabrera coming in, and Rollins staying with it, makes the catch, and then tumbles backward. Rays come up with 2 runs, one coming on the leadoff home run by Desmond Jennings in the 8th inning. His first extra base hit of the year, and the Rays lead 7-2. Rays have 10 hits, 7 runs tonight, and a home run by Brandon Geyer got them on the board to start it all in the 3rd. Brad Miller belted a 2-run home run in the 4th inning. Desmond Jennings connected to open the 8th inning when the Rays rebuilt their lead. It's now 7-2.
How about the Brad Miller forearm shiver after his home run? I mean, whoever was the recipient of that got smoked.
Danny Farquhar into this game. First pitch to Todd Frazier is high. Cedeno worked an inning and a third. And a foul ball back into the upper deck.
Well, you hope that this is the game offensively that acts as a springboard. Got another tough lefty that you're going to face tomorrow in Quintana, and then go on the road.
1-2. The Rays will be heading into Boston early next week. Fly ball toward the left field line. Desmond Jennings back in fair territory, 1 away.
Well, this week was your respite from the AL East. Because you're going to go to Boston, New York, you're going to come home and play Baltimore and Toronto. You're going to get all 4 of them the next couple of weeks. So it'll be challenging.
Melky Cabrera. It's a pitch inside. Farquhar worked an inning in the game against Cleveland on Thursday. This one popped up toward the left field line, and Jennings with time to get there puts it away easily. 2 up, 2 down in the 9th inning. The Rays 3 home runs, collected 10 hits, scored 7 runs, and got a great start from Erasmo Ramirez tonight.
Boy, did they ever. Limited pitch count, didn't know how long he was going to last, how sharp he would be. Well, 5 2/3 on 66 pitches or so, and was very sharp.
Brett Lawrie, who homered, hit a 2-run home run to account for the Chicago runs in the 7th inning. Bats with the bases empty and 2 outs here in the 9th. That went by him, a fastball. 1-1. 1-2. Straight back, and that's off the facing of the White Sox TV booth. Up the middle and a base hit into center. Lawrie makes the turn with his 2nd hit of the night. Gives him 2 for 4. We'll be with you tomorrow for the wrap-up game of this series. Our coverage begins at 12:30. A couple of lefties. Jose Quintana for Chicago and Matt Moore for the Rays tomorrow. Mateo Garcia. Strike 1. Inside, up to second goes Lawrie. Uncontested. He moves up on indifference. Ramirez for 5 2/3. Counts for an inning. Cedeno an inning and a third. Farquhar pitching the 9th, not the first 2. Lawrie with a base hit. He's now at second. 1-1 to Garcia. bullpen. Nice work down there to get that one.
He got his hand on it, kept it close. It was a nice play. How about one more nice pitch? Finish this thing off.
I like the way you're thinking. Drop to third. That's a foul ball. Back to second. Swing and a miss. It's all over. Got him with a fastball to close it out. And the Rays win it 7-2. Pull even in this series with Chicago. Ten hits tonight for the Rays. Home runs from Kiermaier, Miller, and Jennings. The Rays pound out 10 hits. And so they win it tonight over the White Sox for the Rays 7-10-0. With 7 left for Chicago, 2-7-0, 5 men left on base. Ramirez will pick up the win. Erasmo Ramirez is 2-0. Danks the loser. His record 0-2. With 2 hours and 52 minutes to play this game, featuring 9 runs and 17 hits before a crowd of 30,451. So the Rays looking for some offense tonight. They had not scored in 19 consecutive innings coming into the game. 2 scoreless innings to start it before they got on the board, and did not stop the rest of the way with a 7-run output and 3 home runs tonight. With 10 hits matching their season's high. Right now, let's go to the field. Todd Callis standing by with Brad Miller.
Dwayne, thank you, Brad. Not only a nice win, but the fact that you guys got a lead for your starters and held it throughout. Was that the kind of win you've been waiting for this year?
For sure. You know, Kiermaier getting us going was huge. Obviously, Erasmo picked up where everybody else left off and was, you know, throwing zeros up there. But to Kiermaier to get us on the board was huge.
You haven't seen a lefty as a starter yet this year, and you get a start against a lefty. I think all your home runs last year were against righties, so nice to get that first one against the southpaw.
Yeah, no, that felt good. Obviously, you know, just trying to have some good at-bats, and you know, I know we had some guys banged up, so to get in there.
Like it?
Cold.
You like that?
Yeah, that was awesome.
You just were ready to wear it, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, I felt him creeping. For sure, but yeah, no, it feels good. Obviously, we you know, got a big win, backed up our pitchers like you said, so it was a lot of fun.
And then you get another RBI later against another lefty. So it looked like the swing late in the Baltimore series into this homestand was getting there. Did you feel like you're making some strides?
Yeah, no question. You know, slow and steady, you know, just kind of getting back closer to, you know, where I think I should be, and you know, was able to put some good swings on it. But you also bailed out of that one pretty good there.
That's
yeah.
Chris,
good deal.
All right, we're going to look at your home run here without a Chris Archer interruption, and you can take us through. John Danks, you've seen a couple times before tonight.
Yeah, just, you know, honestly, just trying to get a good pitch. You know, something over the middle. You know, I felt like I chased my first at bat, so just trying to get something out front and connect with it.
Crushed somebody there on the.
Yeah, I was a little fired up. So that'll happen. But yeah, it felt good.
Hey, Brad, congratulations on the day, and thank you for the time.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
All right, Todd, thank you. Big offensive night for the Rays here as they defeat the Chicago White Sox, hitting 3 home runs off a staff that had given up only 3 home runs all year so far. 7-2 the final. Now for Brian Anderson and the rest of our crew, Dwayne Stats. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast. We'll be with you tomorrow, the wrap-up game of the series and the homestand. Our coverage begins at 12:30. Rays Live, the postgame, presented by Checkers, is next.